And to talk about this issue in a bit more detail, we are pleased to be joined once again by Nina Khrushcheva. She's the granddaughter of the former Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev. Welcome to the programme. Your grandfather is the one who first condemned Joseph Stalin, yet 50 years on. What do you make of this continuing rehabilitation of Stalin?
Stalin made Russia great. He turned a peasant country, as the legend goes, into a great industrial nation. And Russians who were after 91, after the collapse of communism, felt very much unappreciated by everybody around them. They felt that they were the victims of history. And all of a sudden, President Putin came back and brought that greatness back to Russia. And his predecessor was allegedly Joseph Stalin. And so we love him for that today.
Right. And his sort of enduring appeal, though, for the average Russian would be what?
As I said, I mean, it's all about the Russian greatness. I mean, Russia is very big on its grandiose position in the world. It considers itself a separate civilization, and Russians like to think of themselves this way. And so they believe that with Stalin and Putin today, they were brought back. They now have the world position they rightly they believe deserve.
And just recently, Alexander Solzhenitsyn's work, the Gulag Archipelago, has become part of the high school curriculum in Russia. What do you think is behind that?
I also think that this is part of this great appeal of Russia is great because his history books, for example, praise Joseph Stalin. And you can imagine the kids coming out of the new history books that since 2006, the kids are coming out of the history lesson, learning that Stalin was a great manager of the Soviet state in the 30s and 40s and 50s. They go into the literature class where they read about the gulags and people perished and prosecuted. So I believe that in some ways it actually does not create, ultimately it doesn't create a culture of greatness, but of a split personality disorder, because you really have to decide who your leaders are, whether they were murderers or they were heroes.
So what does that tell us about the mindset of the politicians and how the United States should try to relate to them in terms of resetting the reset button?
Well, the reset button, I mean, as always, dealing with Russia is on one hand, on the other hand, it's never a straight line, it's never a linear approach, because I think the problem with the Russians is that they really haven't decided what they are. They, in Dostoevsky, Fyodor Dostoevsky's words, they haven't decided whether they really want beauty or progress. And I think that is a problem in Russian approach to itself and also for the U.S. leaders. So my suggestion is just to talk on issues, to deal with separate issues rather than with a great Russian sort of cultural monolith. Rather than democracy, talk about democratic developments in certain areas.
All right, Nina Khrushcheva, thank you very much.
Thank you.